Okay. Hello. Dot Tone Dan here again. I wanted to show you some tips about saving PDF files for art proofs that you're going to email out to customers. So here's an interesting thing that I've come across lately. And I know some people do it and it works for like printing out your color proofs. And sometimes it causes glitches, but when your files that you get from the customers, are large and ready to color separate, those aren't the files you want to use for your PDF. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I go to File and Place and find my customer file, I don't want to link it. I want to embed it so it's part of this so I can just send it out without having to have links and whatnot. I want to place that again just because I clicked before there. Let's do that. So this is actual size, and it's like 12 and a half wide by 17 tall. And this is high resolution. So what a lot of people do is they'll place the original customer artwork in here for the art proofs, and they'll reduce it down to fit on the page inside their box that shows it on the garment color. And maybe reduce it down a little bit more. And then they'll do another one and put it on a shirt mock-up for a little representation. I like to size it more appropriately to about the size it's going to look like when it gets printed. Close to that anyway. Um, if you have the actual garment, like if it's a Gildan 5000, you can go to SS or SNS or Sanmar or wherever and get a medium sized shirt or a large size shirt, let's say, and then get the specs on that. So you can use that image, place it in here, and get the specs. There'll be more information in there in the Sanmar or SNS description about that t-shirt where you can get the size specs. So back print, or it won't tell you print. Some of them do, but it won't tell you the print size of the shirt, but it'll tell you the length of the shirt. Let's say it's I don't know, 28 inches tall from the top of the shoulder down to the bottom of the seam. So if you place that artwork in here and place it and then size it, just come up with a box that's like 28 inches tall. And then you size that shirt in there. Let's say it's this shirt. This is doing a little bit more than I wanted to do, but just to show you. And you can size that shirt up. Ugh, that's because I got that large file placed in there. Um, Size the shirt up to fit roughly about the top of that box there to the shoulders, and then enlarge it just enough to fit to the 28 inches. And that's roughly the original size of your shirt. Let me get rid of that box, show that again. And then you go to File and place that 17-inch actual size image. It gives you a rough estimate about how that's going to look on your shirt. Now, your mock-up is pretty accurate in terms of shirt size. And of course, I did the front, but let's say if it was the back. Goodness gracious. And we did a box that was 28 inches tall. You get the picture. Come on. Size that baby up there to that size of that box. that's my back print. Put the artwork in there, roughly about where it'll land. And maybe that shirt will actually be laid out flatter and it'll look more like that. So that gives you good representation. So I can grab this and scale it down, group them together. And this is what I don't want you to do with this artwork, really. Because the artwork that I placed in here is mega large. It's like 300 resolution at the least. For that file, because I know I did it. And so you can see, and I sized this one pretty closely, but there's a little bit of a size difference, as you can see. So just a better representation of the art on the shirt size. And you might indicate that this is a size representation of a size large. And then the left chest, same thing if you were to do a left chest. Here I'm just showing you this artwork on full back. So we placed that artwork in there. That was the customer's original artwork. So let's look at the size. It's 702 kilobytes. That's pretty small. That's going to email greatly. No issues. So once I save this file and check out the size of that PDF file again, 191 megabytes. This is what I'm talking about. This is why people have issues where their images disappear or it's all white on here. It doesn't show you a good preview once you save it. Let's take a look at it. It's previewing, but it's not previewing easily. Adobe Acrobat reader is having a tough time reading that. And you're not going to be able to email that to the customer. So avoid that by doing this. You simply open up the original PDF file that you have, or not PDF, but PNG, that is just for mockups, and you resize it. Image size, drag over here. Let's say we only want this 6 inches tall and 150 resolution. This is going to help you be able to save better mockups. It doesn't need to be looking high resolution, super perfect. It's just a representation. Save a copy, call it back FPO, for position only, PNG, so it's transparent and you can see the shirt color behind it. Close out of that, and you do not want to save your original, or you do not want to save your changes to your original. So now you got an FPO that's smaller. It's only 807 kilobytes all by itself. This one is 32 megabytes. By the time you place it in your vector file and the vector gets resaved, it becomes 191 megabytes. And you don't want that. So just select the item here that you have and you go to File and Place. And because it's selected, you now want to click on Replace. And then you select the image that you want in there. So that's going to place it in at the same size, but at a much smaller resolution. Now, when you view up, you can see that it's the lower resolution pixel image just for placement. And the same with this. Ungroup it, go to File, Place, click on your low resolution FBO, click Replace, Place, and now it's done that. Click on, let's look in here again. And remember, this is 191 megabytes. Click Save. It saved much faster. You got no issues with it. Now, when you click on here, it's 3.85 megabytes. That you can email very easily, and you still got the same representation. Looks great. Got all your information on there that you need for your art proof. And there you go. Now you can email that bad boy out. That's it.